Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to invite the Honorable Deputy Chief Commissioner of Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's Operations yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Ahmad Kushairi Yahya, representing the Honorable Chief Commissioner of MACC Tan Sri Datuk Seri Haji Azam Baki to deliver his keynote address. Yang berbahagia Datuk Seri, please.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning. Yang Berusaha Tuan Muhammad Muazzam bin Muhammad, President Association of Islamic Banking and Financial Institution of Malaysia, yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Nur Azlan bin Muhammad Razali, Deputy Chief Commissioner Prevention, Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, yang berbahagia Datuk Wan Muhammad Fazmi bin Cik Wan Osman Fazilah, Independent Non-Executive Chairman, Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation Malaysia Berhad, Yang Berusaha Dr. Kasim Nur Muhammad, Chief Executive Officer and Vice Chancellor, Enforcement Leadership and Management University, ELMU. Yang berbahagia Datuk Hairul Riza Hayata, Deputy Chairman of ELMU Group, Datuk Seri, Datin Seri, Datin, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me convey a salam and also deepest apology from Tan Sri Datuk Seri Haji Azam bin Baki, the Chief Commissioner of Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, for not being able to attend this event due to the last-minute meeting arrangement at the Prime Minister Office. Allow me to read through the text on behalf of Chief Commissioner. It is an honor and a great pleasure for me to deliver this keynote address at this event, marking the launch of AIBIM Integrity Year 2023. I am delighted to be here alongside other distinguished speakers and participants from among the 28 members of AIBIM. The MACC welcomes this initiative of AIBIM Integrity Year and dialogues which aim to provide opportunities to disseminate knowledge and sharing of experiences with the common goal of enhancing integrity. This is also an opportunity for the MACC to meet members of AIBIM who represent the majority of financial institutions that is based in Malaysia. Datuk Sri, Datin Sri, Datin, distinguished guests. The banking industry has seen tremendous growth in the last 2 decades. Today, almost everyone with a handheld device can send money instantaneously from a remote part of Malaysia to a foreign city, thanks to the advancement of technology and innovative products offered by financial institutions. However, it is also a known fact that illegal money movements has also intermingled and intertwined with mainstream money. I have been an anti-corruption officer for more than 3 decades now. I have seen how money is changed from under the table to daringly over the table. The cost of corruption has also risen, which I assume is in tandem with inflation. So much so, making it necessary for corrupt money to be transferred by using the banking systems. When it seems that a corrupt person cannot flaunt their wealth, and then they use nominees and offshore banking facilities to further deceive law enforcement agencies. Corruption is said to be a victimless crime, but the real cost is borne by the rakyat. Fighting corruption is not an easy task, and neither it is unsurmountable. We cannot leave the war against corruption solely to the MACC. The task of fighting corruption is a joint responsibility of every person who calls Malaysia their home and owe a living here. This is why I call upon participants here who represent players from the various financial institutions in the country to fight corruption both for a personal and professional level. I must also say that people in financial institutions are also considered to be frontliner in the continuous effort in fighting corruption. For the year of 2022, Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission arrested 909 individuals out of the 375 arrests were made on individuals in the private sector. Lower arrest figures were registered in 2021, involving 851 individuals arrested, out of which 255 are the category of private sector. For your kind information, the ambit of MACC Act 2009 covers offences committed both in the public and private sector. The increase in numbers of individuals arrested for the private sector is quite alarming. The MACC has been meeting with financial institution leaders and regulatory heads for many years. This strong cooperation between regulatory, supervisory, and law enforcement agencies is paving the way for a deeper collaboration that can bear effective outcomes. In November 2019, a public-private partnership initiative was launched. The PPP is a collaboration and cooperative initiative between Bank Negara Malaysia, law enforcement agencies, and financial institutions to better combat financial crimes. The PPP promotes synergy of anti-money laundering or countering financing of terrorism measures by achieving through effective, timely, and seamless sharing of financial intelligence from financial institutions for the purpose of crime prevention and law enforcement. An effective detection of suspicious transactions by financial institutions and other reporting institutions would go a long way to eradicate financial crimes in Malaysia. In the course of investigation for the year of 2022, MACC seized 260 million ringgit in assets and forfeited 40 million ringgit. For the year of 2021, the amount of seizure was around 162 million, but arising from one MDB case, a total of 5.1 billion was forfeited, recovered, and compound sum received. The seizure and forfeiture are inclusive of money held in financial institutions, mostly in Malaysia. Of late, almost every day we hear and are saddened by the stories of common people being cheated, duped, and scammed to the tune of hundreds of thousands of ringgit Malaysia. The MACC welcomes the move by the government of Malaysia to establish the National Scam Response Center (NSRC) to report online financial scam. NSRC is a joint effort between the national Anti-Financial Crime Center, the NFCC, the Royal Malaysian Police, Bank Negara Malaysia, the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, as well as financial institution and the telecommunication industries. Therefore, I urge all employees of financial institutions will resolve to be more vigilant, alert, and mindful of the ever-increased suspicious banking transaction that takes place, and to alert authorities on the possible illegal proceeds sneaking its ways into the financial system. Islamic banking in Malaysia commenced with the enactment of the Islamic Banking Act 1983 that enabled the country's first Islamic banking to be established, and thereafter with the liberalization of the Islamic financial system, more Islamic financial institutions have been established in Malaysia. 2021 Bank Negara Malaysia Bank Negara Annual Report states that there is a steady trend in the growth of Islamic financing and Islamic deposit and investment account from 2020 to 2021. In the same report, 4 pertinent statistics on yearly growth also shows Islamic banking and takaful outperforming conventional banking. According to the Bank Negara website, among the Islamic banking core values and principles are to prohibit activities that involve interest, riba, gambling, maishir, and speculative trading, gara. Needless to say, all banks, especially Islamic financial institutions, should ensure that their institutions are not inevitably used as safe haven platforms and conduits for money laundering by corrupt actors. The financial sector and industry are growing rapidly. Today, non-banking players are also entering the financial market by offering products such as e-wallet and remittance services and being accessible through Palm Health mobile application. Therefore, I wish to see the financial institutions are also gearing up to the challenge to ensure that Malaysian financial regime and VIN are clean and untarnished. Financial crimes have been daringly committed without complying to the laws and regulation in place. We have seen, due to one huge scandal, banks in this region have had their license revoked and fined by the billions due to their lax control. Datuk Sri, Datuk, Datin Sri, Datin, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is imperative for us to examine current state of event and practices. As bankers, you must ask yourself, the current measures and safeguard adequate to ensure our banking system is free from corrupt money and illegal proceeds? Are we also walking the talk and leading by example to say our tolerance to corruption is zero? I think Islamic financial institutions must invest more in training and capacity building programs on fraud detection, integrity, and anti-money laundering to ensure that employees are equipped with the latest knowledge and trends to identify, report, and take appropriate action against those who launder money in our financial institution. Today, banks should also invest in new technology such as artificial intelligence to avert monies being laundered in our financial institution. Matters of integrity must not be in the back burner, but rather intensified and in the forefront of every organization. Islamic financial institution and banking facilities must not be just one product and checking boxes to ensure that the nature of business activities is not prohibited by the Islamic teaching. All financial institutions and more so Islamic banking must strive to ensure that the monetary vein in Malaysia is as clean as possible. I also invite IBIM members here to also formulate an organization anti-corruption plan, OACP, for each member institution. Under the National Anti-Corruption Plan, every government agency is to come out with an OACP, which is a blueprint to achieve anti-corruption goals and targets. Private corporations are also encouraged to introduce OACP in their organization. The OACP encompasses corruption risk assessment, indicators of identifying governance issue, and way to mitigate the risk of corruption. The MACC is actively conducting OACP development workshops regularly to instill awareness and increase participants' understanding in preparing, developing, and implementing the OACP. Having an OACP is also a way to show commitment of the organization to fight corruption. I extremely delighted that IBIM has organized an event such as Integrity Year. This is a good start, and I hope many more anti-corruption and integrity programs such as this can be organized and held over in constant interval. Integrity has to be inculcated, nurtured, and strengthened in every organization. The world is no short of example of where companies, even listed companies, have fallen from recording dizzying profits to incurring huge losses due to the unethical act of the corrupt persons. I also perused through the IBIM annual report, and I am glad to see that IBIM is also a good corporate citizen by organizing donations drive during the COVID-19 MCO phase, proactively disseminating information with regards to the moratorium, and providing other forms of services to the community. I look forward for IBIM and individual members of IBIM to explore anti-corruption campaigns and drive co-organized with the MACC. It is also great to see that this function is organized together with ELMU Education Group. ELMU Education Group is also no stranger to MACC. To say the least, ELMU Group has been actively collaborating with the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Academy, and Dr. Kasim is the advisor to both MACC and MACA, specifically on academic and also training provision. At this juncture, I would like to speak out the effort made by MACC to have an elective subject on integrity and anti-corruption in all institutions of higher education. In April 2021, the Special Cabinet Committee on Anti-Corruption has agreed that all institutions of higher learning will provide an elective subject on integrity and anti-corruption. And from this year, it is proposed that module be made compulsory. The MACC is high on her heels to provide competent trainers to ensure that they are equipped to teach and educate students on this subject. Less than a month ago, Prime Minister Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim reminded Malaysia on the following. The nation and civilization can be enhanced through idealism and discipline, but it can also be ruined by discrepancy and corruption. I call upon all parties not to work in silos, but to join the battle and pooling our resources with a common goal of eradicating corruption in Malaysia. I invite everyone to take a firm stand against corruption so that Malaysia will be able to see a brighter future where our diverse multicultural society and bountiful resources are leveraged from the common goal of all Malaysians. Last but not least, I again would like to thank the organizer and all parties who have worked very hard to ensure the success of this event. This is a gathering of like-minded participants with a single aim in mind to enhance integrity and eradicate corruption, which the MACC very much welcome. I trust and believe that everyone would benefit from this event. I also wish all of you to have a productive and fruitful discussion in this forum. It is with great pleasure and honor that I hereby declare this forum and AIBIM Integrity Year 2023 officially launched. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you yang berbahagia Datuk Seri.